Hello and welcome again to another spot of positivity. It is Fabulous Food Friday, and today I'm going to make you a very simple kind of a flat, well, you'd call it almost a tray bake in Britain, but it's just a very thin kind of sheet cake with fruit, mixed berries and crumbles at the top. Very delicious, and it's something that my aunt gave me. So I'm going to start by beating 2 eggs. It's my Aunt Helen's recipe, and this recipe she actually makes it with rhubarb, but you can make it with any kind of, most kinds of fruit. I mean, maybe there's some exceptions, but most kind of fruit. Give it a nice stir with the eggs there to just loosen them up. I like this recipe because it doesn't have a lot of fat in it. Now, it calls for sour cream. Do you know what? I use yogurt and it works just as well. I've done it many, many times. So, 2 eggs, 1 cup of sour cream or yogurt. Now, I knew before I started this recipe just now, I did not have a full cup of yogurt in here anymore. Not to worry. I have milk, and that's going to be fine too. So I'll just fill the rest of my cup with some milk. There we go, right to the top. 250 milliliters, 8 ounces. I'll give that a stir now. Okay. This is really not, it's not a fidgety kind of, you better get it right kind of recipe. Now I just noticed I stuck the vanilla out here. It doesn't call for vanilla, but I'm going to throw a bit in. Just a swig. There you go. Look, it's even kind of emulsifying, thickening quite nicely now. There you go. Never mind if there's the odd lump of yogurt in there, it doesn't matter too much. It will all come out in the wash, as my dad used to say. Okay, I'm going to look for another measuring cup I need 1 1/4 cup sugar. Now I'm throwing all the dry ingredients on the top. I'm just throwing them on the top. That's 1 1/4 right there. Sugar. Need to put in 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon of baking soda. There we go. And 1/2 teaspoon salt. Just have to be a little bit careful. Don't want to put too much in. There we go. 1/2 teaspoon salt. I'm not mixing it in because I don't want to overdevelop it. You can use gluten-free flour for this. There you go, that is 1 cup of flour. I'm going to put 2 cups of flour. And there we go. So, because I said it's not a weighed recipe, you can use gluten-free flour and it will work equivalent. The reason it doesn't work for weighed recipes to use gluten-free flour is because it's lighter and you get much of it's too dense basically. Now I'm going to give it a really nice mix, but you want to get quite smooth, but not, you don't need to keep on going, just till it's quite nice and smooth. Now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I have mixed together, wash my hands nicely, I've mixed together 3/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of flour, and 1/4 cup of butter. And I just want to give this a little bit of a crumble together because that's going to go on the top. I'll tell you which kind of fruits I've used for this. I've used raspberries, I've used plums, I've used apricots, I've used apples. I've not used bananas, it might work. I've used strawberries and apples, that's kind of a combination that's worked well. Obviously rhubarb, I'm in a hot country now. Never seen rhubarb here yet. I suppose you could use kiwis, pears. I've never used kiwis or pears, but that would work fine. Blackberries when they're in season. Now this crumble, it just goes on top of the fruit and it just makes it very, very yummy. So that's 1/4 cup of butter, which is 2 ounces, half a cup of flour, which is about 2.5 ounces, and 3/4 cup of sugar, which is about 6 ounces. Okay, I'm just going to give my hands a little wash here. Okay, so now this is the fun part. It's going to be going in the oven at 180 degrees for 45 minutes. I'm spreading it quite thin. Probably not to go for 45 minutes. It'll probably be a little bit less than that because I'm making it thinner. Probably about half an hour. I'm a great believer in spatulas. They bring me great joy.
Spatula City.
Spatula City for all your spatula needs. Here we go. Just putting this all in here. Every last drop. Now, this cake, where I come from, is called Platz, which is a German word, but in German it means place, and any German person I've talked to says, what are you talking about? It's kind of like Streuselkuchen or something like that, because it has all this. The streusel is the crumbs that go on the top. We used to call it Krümelplatz, which is Krümel was the crumbs, another word for crumbs. Now look at this, quite thin. I'm just reusing some parchment, which I used for some bread the other day. There we go. And again, time to use my spatula. Scrape out the goodness from this spoon. There we go. Now, you need about, well, the recipe said 2.5 cups of rhubarb. I'm not going to measure this out. I'm just going to take, this is a berry mix. I'm just going to sprinkle on the top. There's a big fat strawberry there. Blackberries, there's black currants, red currants, strawberries, cherries, and blackberries. And the odd raspberry. My goodness, I think I'm going to use a whole lot up here. Yep. Now, I'm going to make a little decision here. They're very big fat strawberries. Spread these out a little bit here. These strawberries here are too fat and too big. It's a bit mean, isn't it? Too fat and too big, but they are a little bit. And do you know what? They're frozen too, so you can use fresh fruit. I just happen to have frozen fruit right now. It's great if you freeze fruit in the summertime. You can just make this little cake and make it really nice. So try to put it everywhere. Now this will not take 45 minutes, but it will take longer than you might expect. Because the fruit is frozen in there. Now I'm going to take my crumbs. I'm going to smatter and splatter. Oh, lovely on top. This is a real favorite to bring to a party or a potluck or anything because actually tastes delicious. You can have a small piece. It's not like the kind of thing you have to have this big, you know, if you bring a layer cake, it's like hard to have a small piece of it. This is really good. It travels very well and it's delicious and it's very, very versatile. So in the oven it goes, my friends, and You want to take a look? The oven isn't very beautiful, so there you go. So that's going to go in for about half an hour and we'll check back after that, okay? See you in a few minutes. Well, the moment has arrived and I'm going to take this cake out of the oven. It's been about 24 minutes, so nothing like 45. It all depends what thickness you do the pan on. And how it looks actually depends on how moist the fruit is to begin with. So sometimes you get a cake that has bigger crumbs on top. So there's a few little crumbs that are still standing, but some of them have kind of gone in a little bit. That is okay. They still make a lovely kind of crispy topping. And I think you'll be wanting to see what the cake looks like inside. So I'm just going to get a little plate, a little knife. No, it tastes good hot, it tastes good cold. Should do a little bit at the end here. It really probably does better with sitting for a while before it's taken off, but I'm just going to show you the inside. It's almost like it needs to set a little bit. That fruit is very, very moist right now. There you go, that's the way it looks inside. Lovely, very tasty. I'm going to have a little taste of it. And the one he says have small bites, chew them, enjoy them. Here, I'll just turn this around so you can see that little bit there. So this is, as I said, very, very lovely cake. But it does not matter. You can do it in a 9 by 13 pan or a big pan like this. Just use your eye. It has to be nice and firmish to the touch when you take it out. You can't put a toothpick in. I mean, it doesn't work. There's fruit there. It is not going to be clean when you pull it out. You just have to use your own discretion. Or as somebody once said to me, use your discrepancy. Don't use your discrepancy. Use your discretion and you'll know when it's done. So thanks very much. Try this at home. I'll try to post that recipe so you can try this at home. But thanks for joining me on A Spot of Positivity.